We are live. Here we go, NFL fans. We're getting closer and closer to free agency, guys. It'll be here before you know it, man. And then it's all going to start tumbling down, man. It's really going to happen fast. And there's not a lot of great free agents. There's some good free agents, but it'll be really interesting to see if the trades start kind of falling, right? Today, closing out February this week, guys. Friday the 28th is the last day of February. The 23rd right now. Free agency opens up on the 12th, NFL fans. The 12th, that's a Wednesday. On Wednesday, it'll be 2 weeks away from free agency, man. So, where does some of these guys go? Amari Cooper, Stephon Diggs, some big wide receivers like T. Higgins, Ronnie Stanley. There's some big pieces that got to fall. Christina Amaral, welcome to the chat. Go Birds! Guys, we're going to talk about some free agents today. We're going to talk about the NFL draft a little bit. And every week that we do this Sunday Q&A, I'm just diving deeper and deeper into this class of free agents and young draft prospects, right? So we have a ton of different things we're going to talk about today. I really want to get into this free agent list, right? Where do some of these free agents go? The Philadelphia Eagles have a ton of free agents this year, right? A ton of very quality free agents. Milton Williams, Zach Bond, Josh Sweat. There is a myriad of Philadelphia Eagles players, Mekhi Becton, that need to be re-signed, guys. T. Higgins he's the man right now, man. T. Higgins is the prize of the offseason. Is he going to get tagged again? What's going to happen with him, man? NFL fans, do we think that they could tag him and trade him? That's an option as well. So, T. Higgins had another monster year, 88.2 PFF grade. The dude's a monster, you know. I'm expecting between 26 and 31 million per year, I would say. And it's going to be a big deal. A big monster deal wherever he ends up, guys. The dude is a stud. Overall grade, 88.2. 104 targets this year, coming in at 73 receptions. The dude's a monster, man. 911 yards, and that's being opposite of Jamar Chase, who had the triple crown this year in receptions and yards, and dude was an absolute gangster, man. So where do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Where do you think T. Higgins ends up? And there's a few teams this year, like the Raiders, the Commanders, and the Patriots, who have a ridiculous amount of money in cap space, right? So are they going to go spending, right? If I'm T. Higgins, I probably don't want to get tagged again. What's up, Isaac? Welcome to the chat, buddy. Today, we're going to talk about some NFL free agency. If you got any questions about your team or some of these free agents, make sure you let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, NFL fans, it's been since the offseason is upon us, not a lot of activity so far. It hasn't quite started yet. It'll be here sooner rather than later, but we got to get prepared for this offseason, right? It's going to be a very interesting couple of weeks, right? So, the Steelers seem to be the team that are letting go some of these free agents. Preston Smith, outside linebacker, just got released on Friday, saving them about $13 million in 2025 cap space. The Jets, the Jets got a long offseason ahead of them. Yeah, man, we're talking about the NFL American Football Eagles here, Isaac. Yeah, we're just going to run down the offseason. Right now, the NFL season just completed a couple weeks ago. So now we're going to be talking about free agency, some of my favorite players in free agency, and then players that are starting to get released, and kind of figured out where these teams are going to go. Thanos, what's going on, buddy? Hope you had a nice weekend. Getting ready, the Sunday scaries are upon us, man. Sunday scaries are here. Got to go back into the office on Monday, man. But I'm excited for this offseason. I hope the Philadelphia Eagles bring back some of their guys. I at least want Becton and Zach Bond. I don't know if Milton Williams and Josh Sweat are going to come back. What's up, Mickle Pickle? What's going on, brother? Best wide receiver, best D-back, Gardner. Yeah, I mean, the Jets got a lot of talent on that roster, right? But they're not, without a quarterback and an offensive line that can consistently block. You know, they brought in those two veteran tackles in Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses. Didn't really work out for them. And, you know, two old tackles and an old quarterback. Sounds like a pretty big recipe for disaster to me, right? But back to these NFL free agents, guys. Like I said before, T. Higgins is number one. Trey Smith and Javon Holland coming in at 2 and 3. Honestly, I have Chris Godwin above both of those guys. PFF has Javon Holland number 3. I don't think that's the case at all whatsoever. He was pretty mediocre this year in 2024, and he was talking trash on Vic Fangio. Well, guess what, Javon Holland? Fangio just won a ring in Philly, right? Trey Smith, I expect the Kansas City Chiefs to want to bring him back, right? I don't know if they're going to be able to let him walk. You know, the tackle situation isn't great there. They need to keep the good interior offensive linemen that they have there in Kansas City, right? So I expect him to say Javon Holland, he could go anywhere. You know, he had his worst year of his career this past year. Is that because of disinterest, because the Dolphins were kind of playing crappy? That remains to be seen. But having him as a number 3 overall free agent from PFF, I don't agree with that at all whatsoever. I definitely have Chris Godwin above him for sure. DJ Reed above him as well. Chris Godwin's really interesting coming off that ankle injury, right? Yeah, so in the NFL, there's like certain time frames when these NFL players and teams can kind of go after their contract's up in free agency. There's like a negotiation period, and then they could like sign with other teams. And then we got Khalil Mack, number 5. DJ Reed, the corner from the Jets. Pretty solid player. You know, I like him. What's up, Chiefs fans? What's going on? Welcome to the chat. Then we got Amari Cooper, you know. Not the best year in 2024, but he was solid in 2022 and 2023. So it'll be interesting if Amari Cooper, you know, at 30, he's going to be 31 by the time the NFL, you got it, Isaac. It'll be interesting to see where Amari Cooper goes. Maybe a 2-year deal in that $13 to $15 million range. You know, Josh Allen needs like better wide receivers, man. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to Amari Cooper. And then Ronnie Stanley. He's probably the best offensive lineman of this bunch. You know, 31. He'll be 31 next year at the start of the season. He was decent last year. 70 overall PFF grade. He's a good player. He's just not a great offensive tackle. He could definitely go to teams and make their offensive line better, but he played a career-high 1,200 snaps this past year, so he definitely played pretty good with the Baltimore Ravens. They struggled in the beginning of the year, but the second half of the season, they definitely came around. Oh, wow. No way, Jalen. That's pretty awesome. That sounds pretty awesome. What you have for dinner, brother? Anything tasty? Let me know, man. Yeah, I'm really curious because Ronnie Stanley is a really good pass blocker. That pass block grade came in at 79.6, so the dude can pass block, man, for sure. So he's going to find a home. I honestly don't count out the Chiefs in the Ronnie Stanley situation, right? The Kansas City Chiefs need offensive line help desperately. Yeah, I haven't talked about Myles Garrett yet tonight, but while we're at it, Myles Garrett on the trade block, guys. When I look at teams that are winning right now, that have a lot of cap space, the Commanders make the most sense, right? But for me, Myles Garrett's going to want to go to a winner, right? So teams like the Texans, the Buffalo Bills, the Ravens, they make sense. The Chargers and the Broncos make sense too. But if I am the GM of the Browns, the last thing I want to do, unless the deal blows my socks off, I got to ship Myles Garrett to the NFC, right? You got to ship Myles Garrett to the NFC. Get him away. Yeah, Jamie, I would love for that deal to get that done, to get the deal done, but it's going to take more than that. It'll be like Jordan Davis, because Jordan Davis is coming up to an expiring contract soon, right? So a lot of people are thinking they're going to want 2 ones, you know? So I don't know if the Eagles have the capital to do that. They do, but they'll probably have to restructure the deal a little bit, you know. Myles Garrett, to me, the Commanders are scary. They make a lot of sense. The Bears make some sense. Not that I'm aware of, Isaac. No, they don't really have, like, I know the UFC has a few guys that are, like, from Ireland and England that do the commentary in those countries, but it's not like that for the NFL, right? They don't have, like, an NFL European like Tom Brady that does the play-by-play, you know? Yeah, Jalen, did they say he's going to retire? Yeah, I know he's been contemplating it. I don't think he broke the news to the public yet. Jalen, looks like you're the inside source, brother. You know? But, yeah, I mean, what else does Brandon Graham have to prove? He's got 2 rings. He played great in both Super Bowls, right? So, yeah, that Bryce Huff contract, Jamie, stinks, man. It's a killer deal. So it's like, if you look at the way it's structured, 3-year, $51 million deal. Oh, God, Howie Roseman. $16 million signing bonus, $34 million guaranteed. Oh, my gosh. Howie Roseman got duped. The dude got duped. You know, it's a big cap hit this year, $7.5 million. Yeah, so he's under contract the next 2 years. There's a void year in 2027. Whew. Oh, yeah, the deal is terrible. No one's taking that deal, man. He's got void years in 2027, 2028, 2029, and 2030. And they all come with cap hits for the Eagles. Ugh. Yeah, Justin Fields sucks, man. Yeah, I was debating Justin Fields with somebody on the channel the other night. Yo, Justin Fields he's not that dude. He's not that dude. Yeah, listen to this deal, guys. So, yeah, all that guaranteed money, dead cap $34 million in 2024, dead cap for cutting him $29 million in 2025, and then the dead cap $22 million in 2026. Woo! Yikes! Daniel Berry Sports, what's going on? Center VR, what's up, man? Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything has been official, right? Yeah, I don't see any official announcements on Brandon Graham's retirement status yet. But if you're hanging out with the fam, dude, they know best, right? So, Skylar Thompson or Bailey Zappi, man. That's like choosing like what pile of shit smells better. So, I don't know, man. They could both just sit on the bench for me. Kobe fan, what's going on? Welcome to the chat, everyone. Guys, do me a huge favor. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We just crossed 900 new subscribers. for the month, guys. Absolutely crushing it. Crushing it. Up to 14,310 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. We've had a great month. January was so dead. It was crazy. But, Jalen, thanks for the shout out, brother. But yeah, I released a fun little Eagles mock draft with trades. Did great today. 4,000 views in one day. Not too shabby, guys. Not too shabby. Oh, thanks, Kobe fan. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, we're here talking NFL, chopping it up. You know, talking some free agency. Yeah, up to 14,311, guys. Thank you so much. I want this 15K, man. I want 15K. I don't know, man, because he's not good. That's probably why, Jamie. Yeah, the real question this offseason is like, oh, Max Crosby. I don't know. I mean, if I'm Tom Brady, who's a partial owner of the Raiders, you can't get rid of him, man. You can't get rid of Max Crosby's like the face of your franchise right now, right? So like getting rid of Max Crosby just makes no sense. So I don't unless some team blows you away with some crazy offer, I do not expect Max Crosby to get traded. Unless he requests a trade and holds out or something crazy like that, I don't expect that to happen. It'll be interesting to see where Sam Darnold ends up. I could see him in Vegas with the Raiders, actually, man. Him and Brock Bowers would be Jacoby Myers. You know, not bad. Not bad. And then you get your quarterback, bring in Sam Darnold. You don't got to draft one of the young kids who aren't very good anyway, in my opinion. And then you go get Ted McMillan in the draft or Luther Burden III. And then you got some weapons. Yeah, picking at 32 is tough, man, Rico. But luckily this year, where the Eagles need some help, like at the edge and defensive line, like where Milton Williams was playing, there's some depth there, right? There's that guy from Boston College I like, Ezraku, I think his name is. He's pretty good. I mean, Eagles fans, I would not be... I think the Myles Garrett thing is a pipe dream, right? There's not a lot of great D linemen in this free agency class, Kobe fan, so we're going to have to draft an edge guy. That's kind of like where it is right now, guys. They're going to have to draft one. Because Sweat is like the best edge defender in this free agency class, and he's going to get paid because of it. He's going to get paid a lot. Yes, Stafford's interesting too. But like I like Sam Darnold a little bit more because Stafford's going to play for what, another year or two, and then you're back in the same situation. It's not like Stafford's going to go to the Raiders and they're going to compete right away, right? So for me, if I'm in the Raiders front office, I don't think Matt Stafford makes a lot of sense. No, Abdul Carter is going to be long gone before the Eagles pick, man. Abdul Carter is going to be a top 5 pick. Abdul Carter is an absolute savage, man. He's going to be a top 5 guy. But yeah, Stafford to the Raiders, that doesn't make sense to me. The Raiders need to, like, build a foundation. And Sam Darnold's still pretty young, dude. He's only 27 right now. He'll be 28 when the season starts. Like, he could play for another 6 years and still be younger than Matt Stafford is right now. So, Matt Stafford going to the Raiders doesn't make sense to me because if he goes there, they're not ready to compete. And if I'm Matt Stafford, why the hell would I want to go to the Raiders? You want to go somewhere where you can compete. And looking at all the teams that need quarterbacks, I think Stafford's best chance to win is staying in LA. You know? That's what I think. Cooper Kupp, we'll see where he ends up. He's on the trade block as well. You know, Josh Sweat, PFF has him as the number 10 guy. You know, I think he's going to do better than that. He'll be 28 next season. I mean, he was good this year. He wasn't great. He played really good in the playoffs, so there's a recency bias going on with him. Yeah, Daniel Berry, I think that's a very good possibility, right? But if Josh Sweat comes back to the Eagles on a 3-year, $20 million per year, 3-year, $60 million, You know, that's a doable contract. But in 2022, he was great. 2023, he was not good. And he bounced back a little bit in 2024. But, you know, in regards to like PFF grades, he's not even a top 20 guy. Yeah, I don't know. Troy, I mean, I don't. They do. It's just like the Jets make no sense because they have good players, but they don't play well together, right? That defense has got like all pros all over the place, but they were awful last year. So I don't know what the hell is going on. Their offensive line, and like, if I'm Matt Stafford, bro, I don't want to play behind that shit offensive line in the Jets. That offensive line, guys, is so trash. Well, the Eagles are just far better than everybody else, you know. I think the Lions will be around. The Commanders will be around. I think the Packers will be around too. Yeah, the Packers, the Lions. I don't know. The Vikings could go either way. But I definitely think, I don't know. I'm looking at these numbers that PFF's putting out on this contract for Josh Sweat. Unless someone gives him 3 years, 75 mil, you know, that'll be an interesting contract the way that plays out. Yeah, I mean, it's always tough when you lose coordinators. Erie, like, I agree with you. There's definitely going to be a learning curve, though, right? Ben Johnson goes to the Bears. They lose Aaron Glenn to the Jets. You know, they got some work to do in Detroit, but that offensive line is really good, so that'll help. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams are dogs. Sam Laporta. They got like the best running back duo in the NFL. They're freaking good, man. The Lions are freaking good. Jared Goff just shit the bed in the playoffs, man. It's going to take a lot of draft picks to get him, dude. It's going to take a lot of draft picks, right? It's going to, like, take two ones and maybe some guys. I don't know if the Eagles want to give up, but, like, and if I'm the Browns, I don't want the 32nd pick overall. That's pretty much the second round pick. So the Eagles are going to have to, like, really, really give up some picks, man. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens to Metcalf for sure. Bold up, what's going on, brother? Welcome to the live stream. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Jay All Day Sports Show. I'm your host, Jay. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're up to 14,311 subscribers, guys. Let's go. I think I need 84 more subscribers to get 1,000 new subscribers this month. So we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. But yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you got any NFL questions, make sure you leave them in the comments below. All right, guys, let me know in the comments down below if you got any questions on this year's draft. Stefon Diggs is a free agent. Hassan Reddick is back on the block as well. He had an awful year, 53.5 PFF grade. Hassan Reddick, man, he left a lot of money on the table, man. A lot of money. Charvarius Ward, cornerback from the 49ers on the board. DeAndre Hopkins, Russell Douglas. Cam Robinson, he's interesting as well. He's just not very good. I'm not a big Cam Robinson fan. 63.2 grade. Dre Greenlaw is very interesting, coming off those injuries. He didn't play a lot in 2024. He was pretty damn good in 2022 and 2023. But like that Achilles injury in the Super Bowl, he never really got going last year. So bringing him in, I would like to see the Eagles maybe go after Dre Greenlaw on a 1 year, 2 year deal, something like that. That sounds interesting. Justin Fields, Aaron Jones is a free agent as well. He had a really good year with Minnesota. But he's 30. You know, running backs past 30, not someone you really want to like go after. But 1 year deal, I like it. Yeah, they're going to have to give up a lot to get him, right? But the Lions, him and Aiden Hutchinson would be crazy. I think there's a few markets where the Myles Garrett talk is getting out of control. But I do think that Myles Garrett is most likely going to get traded to an NFC team. If I'm the GM of the Browns, the last thing I want to do is be playing Myles Garrett once or twice a year. I don't want that at all whatsoever. So I'm going to ship him to the NFC. So, LA with Jared Verse could be fun. I mean, the Cardinals could use him, but I don't know if he would want to go to Arizona. He wants to win. So if he wants to win, it's the Vikings, the Packers, the Lions, the Eagles, the Commanders, and maybe the 49ers. Him and Bosa would be sick together, man. Yeah, Jackson Dart is interesting, right? I started watching some tape on Jackson Dart, and the dude takes horrible sacks, man. He can't get rid of the damn ball. He's going to be a mess in the NFL. I don't like Jackson Dart at all. He's like, you know how Jalen Hurts holds onto the ball too long? He's like 10 times worse than that. So, I don't know. Jackson Dart has some skills, but I don't know. Not my favorite prospect for sure. Yeah, Will Johnson from Michigan, Troy. He's super talented. I like that kid Ben Morrison from Notre Dame, too. Watch his tape. He's excellent, man. He got hurt, too, this year. The dude's a dog. A first, a third, and a fourth. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. It's going to be two. I'm telling you, it's going to probably be 2 1s. I really think it's going to be 2 1s. I really do. I'm looking at my computer, bro. I'm pulling up some stuff on my laptop. I'm pulling up the little information box. You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling up this draft big board. Looking at who's on the board here. Yeah, the Eagles, bringing in a cornerback. Yeah, Will Johnson's is a stud. That kid, Jody Barron's been shooting up draft boards. Rams, 721, what's going on? Nice, man. Happy birthday, Ram 721. How old are you today? On the 14th on Valentine's Day. How's your Mandingo? You want my soul? Well, you can't have it, bro, because it's mine. Yeah, Ben Morrison, dude. Yeah, watch the tape. Anyone who wants a good cornerback, this dude's going to be a steal. H. Aaron, what's going on? Another guy who got limited time this year, 13. Well, happy birthday, brother. Welcome to the teenage life. But yeah, in 2023, Ben Morrison was amazing. He did give up a few touchdowns, but, targeted 51 times, gave up 25 receptions. Run defense, great. I like Ben Morrison. I like the tape. He's more of an outside corner for sure. 6 foot 190. I like the tape. Sicilian gangster or UFC champion? Probably UFC champ is probably a better way to go. Okay, so what I think they should do and what they will do are 2 totally different things. I think the Cowboys are a long ways away from competing. That Dak Prescott deal is ridiculous at $60 million a year. They don't have a running back. They have 1 wide receiver. Zach Martin just retired. DeMarcus Lawrence is a free agent. I don't know. Yeah, Dylan Gabriel is an interesting guy, right? He's short. He reminds me a little bit of Russell Wilson. He doesn't really throw over the middle of the field too much. He's pretty good outside the numbers and down the field a little bit. Obviously, he's only like 6 foot tall, so he doesn't have the strongest arm in the world. But he's super accurate. He was very accurate at Oregon. Dylan Gabriel going in the first round is no, you don't draft a guy like that in the first round. That would be a super reach. But if he's available in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, which he very well could be, taking a flyer on a guy like Dylan Gabriel, I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. I like accurate quarterbacks, man. He's exceptionally accurate. You know, if you look at Dylan Gabriel, he's 76 overall on PFF's big board. So that'll just show you where he's at. Intermediate grade 91, no pressure grade 90.5. Not great under pressure 63.6, which is actually pretty good for that ratio. But the adjusted completion percentage at 81.9% is ridiculous, man. Completing 81% of your passes in college football is insane. So we'll have to see if that translates to the NFL. Yeah, is that the guy from Texas? Yeah. I watched his tape. I didn't love it. I didn't love it. You know, pressure grade at 40. Ugh, that's not great, man. And he had a bunch of he only had like two really good games. One was against Georgia. He balled out. But other than that, he was shit against Ohio State, bad against Texas A&M, Kentucky, he was awful. And then he played Georgia earlier in the year, and he was horrible, 30 grade. Oklahoma, he was bad. I don't know. Quinn Ewers, I'm not 6'2", 210. I don't love him. I don't like, honestly, guys, I don't love like any of the quarterbacks in this class. Yeah, Ewers is definitely not. He's more of a third round guy for me. Maybe fourth round. You know, he was great in 2023, but he regressed considerably. That rating went from 108 to 101. He threw 12 picks this year. He only threw 6 last year. You know, 3,400 yards back-to-back years. 65% completion percentage, which isn't great, but it's not bad. Adjusted completion percentage at 75.8. You know, you look at all the numbers and nothing really stands out. Turnover-worthy play percentage at 4%. You know, Quinn Ewers is not my favorite guy, that's for sure, guys. Yeah, and like, if I'm a GM, I don't want, like, in college, I want to see steady growth. Going from an 86.8 grade to a 72.5, that's serious regression. He throws a good deep ball, though, 92.4 grade. Pretty impressive. Yeah, I mean, Shador Sanders, like, he's a pretty accurate passer, too. He's got a good feel of the quarterback position. He can lead receivers. He's, like, good that way, but, like, not the strongest arm, not the best athlete. And I don't really like his attitude, to be honest. Like, throwing his offensive line under the bus this year, and now he's not participating in the combine. I don't know. That's not the dude. That's not the dude that I want in my lock. I don't know, man. I just, like, you listen to Jaden Daniels last year talk to the press. He's just like a mature leader of men. And Shador Sanders, I think when things go bad, he's going to be a little whiny bitch. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of him. Just not a big fan, but we'll see. We'll see, man. Put up or shut up time. I mean, at Colorado, he didn't play behind a great offensive line, right? He still put up monster numbers. Can he do that in the NFL? If he goes to the Giants, he's got Malik Neighbor, so that's nice. Yeah, Jalen, I agree, man. I'm just calling it like I see it. I don't know. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. Yeah, I mean, Revolution, I agree with you, man. He just, like, thinks his shit doesn't stink. And he hasn't done anything yet. So, you know what I mean? He had one of the best wide receivers in college football in Travis Hunter. So, I mean, I don't know. I just don't like his attitude. Yeah, the NFL is just a different game. But I do like his accuracy. He can throw on time a little bit. But going from Colorado to the NFL is a big jump. Straight up. It's a big jump. You know, he's not going to have an outside wide receiver who's like 100 times more athletic than everybody else. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. He takes bad sacks. His pressure grade at 65 is kind of like middle of the pack. He is accurate, though. And we saw Bo Nix' accuracy translate great to the NFL last year. So, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know if he's got the moxie and like talent that his dad had. But, yeah, Deion Sanders gets on my nerves a little bit, too, to be honest. 4,000 yards. I mean, he was impressive. 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Pressure to sack conversion rate at 20%. You know, that's not great. Dude, I got a tiny ass head, man, Ruben. There's nothing I can do. I got a tiny head, Ruben. There's nothing I can do, brother. Nothing I can do. I got what I got, man. But yeah, guys, thank you for tuning into the live stream. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're up to 14,312 subscribers. All right, guys. Not too many people are here tonight hanging out, so I'm going to head on out tonight, guys. Listen to Jalen. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to sign off for tonight. I'll start doing some more live streams once we have some more stuff to talk about. Maybe people will be a little more jazzed up to come hang out and chat some ball. But until next time, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.